Welcome to the Hall of Frame. This is an amazing space where we are able to share our artwork with each other. We are in a virtual setting. We don't have a hallway for me to display your beautiful artwork. But we do have this virtual hallway, our Hall of Frame, where we can share our work with each other that way. So the cool news is you kind of get to choose which of your pieces. Now, I do want you to share at least one or more pieces of your artwork from each session, but you can choose which ones. You can choose to do all of them. Maybe you select a couple of them, your favorite ones, but please share some of them so we can see that you are participating and that you've been a part of this art club. Okay? So what you're going to find just a few slides down is something that looks like this. So you're going to have to look around and try to find your name. When you click on your name, I'm going to click on mine. Mine's way at the end over on the right-hand side. It's Mrs. Stinson. I'm going to click on that and look at this. It's going to take me to Mrs. Stinson session 1. If I scroll down, session 2, 3, and 4. So it's going to have all 4 sessions in here. So what I will be doing then in session 1, I'll be putting my photos of my artwork in here. During session 2, I'll be putting them here, and so on. Okay? So how do we get the photos in there? Like, how we've got our artwork, how do we get it in here in the virtual land? Let me help you with that. It's pretty simple, or at least it can be. So up at the top, you'll notice it says File, Edit, View, and then the fourth one over is Insert. We want to insert an image, right? Now, there are literally a dozen ways you could do this. So if you have a way you prefer over what I'm about to show, go for it. Practice, play around, see what you prefer. But insert image, and the easiest one for most families is to just select the camera. So that's going to be your Chromebook camera right there. Often I like to give it a little polishing. I'll take like my shirt sleeve or something and just kind of polish it, because let's be honest, there's fingerprints and stuff like that. It's going to make it blurry. So I usually give it a little cleaning before I take the picture, but it'll pop open a Chromebook camera. You're going to take a picture then of your artwork with that Chromebook camera. Now, sometimes it's a matter of holding your artwork up. Sometimes it's having your artwork like on a table or on the floor. I'll talk about more on that later. And then kind of holding your Chromebook and then hitting the capture button. And it'll automatically go into our slide, and you can crop it and adjust it so that it fits nicely in here. Okay, so that's one way. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, our Chromebook cameras, just computer cameras in general, don't tend to be the highest quality photo. So if you want a little bit better quality photo, you may want to get one of these out, a phone. So what I like to do personally is I will take a photo of my artwork with my phone. I have my school Gmail on my phone as well. So I go into my school Gmail, I send a message, an email from myself to myself, and I attach the photo that way. And then once I'm on my device, on the Chromebook, I'll open up the email in there, and then I'll copy and paste the photo into the slides. That's another way. Obviously, it's more steps, but you do get a better photo quality. So why does that matter? Why does photo quality matter? This isn't getting graded, right? So do we really have to be paying attention to photo quality? And here's my answer. Yes and no. So no, it's not getting graded. But other people are viewing it, and we want to give them the best viewing experience possible. Another thing to consider is at the end of the school year, we have what's called an RVA art show. And the number one criteria to get your artwork selected for the end of the year art show is that it's a good photo quality. Honestly, and I tell this to all my students, elementary, middle, all my students, it could be, your artwork could literally be the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If the photo quality looks like this row or over on the right-hand side, it will not make it to the end of the art show, simply because of photo quality. This one's too dark. The one next to it, you can see it's got split lighting. What I did was I put it on the floor, and it was in, like, half of it's in the sun puddle, like from the window. You can see the sun shining through in, like, the top corner, and then the bottom corner is where there was some shadow going on. That doesn't look too good. And honestly, you wouldn't want to put it fully into a sun puddle either, because you can see it's kind of washed out and hard to see the detail in some parts there. It's better than the dark, but still. The one in the very corner on the bottom, obviously that one's just way too blurry. It's so hard to see what's going on. So once again, cleaning that camera screen, whether it be your Chromebook or on the back of your phone, just giving it a quick wipe down often helps with that. That one there, in the middle on the right hand side, is too zoomed in. I don't see the full piece of artwork. The one on top, it's too zoomed out. I can barely see that artwork so tiny and such a big picture there, so I can't really see what's going on. So what we want is something that looks like this. And actually, if I click on it, you can see that it wasn't originally that perfect of a picture. You can see that I cropped it, right? Originally it was a little bit bigger than the photo itself, but then I brought in the corners so that in the slides it looks really, really nice and sharp like that. So how did I get it to look so good? How did I get it so sharp? Well, first off, I did use my camera instead of my device. I did. I took the extra steps. Once again, that's going to be entirely up to you. Other thing, clean the lens of whatever device you're using. And then finally, I want to photograph this during the daytime. Even if it's a cloudy day, that's okay. But I want to put it near a window. Not directly in the sun puddle of the window, like the middle bottom one down here, but near a window so we've got lots of natural light right by it. I don't think it turns out great if we use artificial light, like a lamp or something like that. It tends to cast like a orangish tone over the whole picture, and it throws off the colors. So natural light is really good. And then just trying to make sure that I fill my screen, whether it's on that Chromebook or your phone, fill it as much as I can with just a little bit of an outer border, and then take the picture. You'll notice too, for the best pictures, we don't see fingers holding it or anything like that. That usually works for the best photos as far as showing the artwork in its trueness and beautifulness. That being said, sometimes holding it is like the only way to get the photo, and that's okay too. Just note that it might not be quite as likely to make it into the end of the year art show, but that's okay. Not every single piece of artwork that we put out there is going to make it into that anyway. So, you know, if it happens that, no, this one I need to hold, that's okay too. Anyway, as soon as you are able, then remember we want to get at least a couple of images of our artwork from each session into the Hall of Frame, and you can pick and choose which ones, and I cannot wait to see them. Okay, let's have some fun creating. Bye, everyone.